Oh, okay. I've been shouting since, and
Yeah, sorry.
I typed it on the screen. Can you hear me? But no one was responding.
We didn't see the screen on, but we replied you on WhatsApp. Okay, I can see someone wrote no, Rachel.
Okay. The
Welcome
person
back.
should have just
Yes,
stopped.
on the
Yeah, you were
Okay,
trying
but
to
you can hear me now.
explain.
I don't know what's wrong with Meet. Meet. Probably I have to be using Zoom, because it's I can't hear I can people can hear me on the PC and even on my other phone. I had to use the iPhone to log in.
Okay. Maybe the
I'm
microphone
speaking
is
from
bad on that phone or laptop,
like I tried two
or
laptops
the
and
setting
one mic.
does not
I've
permit it.
tried all. Sometimes it
Maybe.
works. Like I was using the Android just now, it was working, and we ended the meeting, and I came in back, and then it's not working again.
Oh,
Yeah.
same
Anyway,
gadget that we used just now. Okay, maybe network or something then.
okay. So as I was saying, the binary. Okay. So I said the best thing you could do is just to check how to convert this to decimal.
Sorry, please. Can everybody mute their mic, or is it the volume at your end? It's pretty low.
Yeah, please kindly. Thank you. All right. Good. So, can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, thank you. So I
yes,
said
we can
the,
hear you.
the best thing you could do is to convert this one to decimal. Okay, convert this binary to decimal. Check videos on how to do that. But in order not to waste our time, let me just go through it one more time, and then we'll continue from there. Just so that these three numbers are converted to decimal. Decimal is your one to 10, okay, and then binary. Binary are in base two, like I was saying, and they are in base two because they contain two numbers, okay. Um, while decimal in base 10 because they contain 10 numbers, 0 to 9, okay, are 10. Those numbers are 10. So base two because it's in base two. So let's convert for this 000 and see how they got it. So what they did is they added, they multiplied each zero with 2. So this is the zero. I have splitted it. They multiplied each zero with 2. Let me bring it together so it would look. So I multiplied this zero with 2. I will multiply this one with 2, and then multiply this one with 2. Okay. So first thing is multiply each one with their base, which is binary contains two numbers. So you multiply it with base 2. Okay, so with 2 you multiply with 2, multiply with 2, so each 2 will now have a power. Okay, so um so for example, so like I was saying, let's say this one would be raised to power 0. We'll start from the last 0, and then we'll put this one will be 1, and then this one will be 2. Okay, so you start from 0, 1, 2. Okay, so you use decimal number to power that base of that binary. So that's what we've done. Okay, so that's how we got 0 times 2 raised to power for this one. This one is okay. Let's say this one is 000, for example. So it will be 0 times 2, and then raised to power 0, raised to power 1, raised to power 2. Okay, so if we do it, 2 raised to power 2 is 4, and then 4 times 0 we get 0. 2 raised power 1 is 2. 2 times 0, you get 0. 2 raised to power 0 is uh, 2 raised power 0 is 1. And 2 raised power 0 is 1. And then 1 times 0 is 0. So this one will be 0. And then this one will be 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. So if you are solving for this particular 000, you converting it 0, 0, 0 to decimal will give you 0. That's how they got the 0. So if you do for 110, for example, let me just do that one and then we'll continue. So for 110, it will be 1 times 2. So let me put this. Okay. 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2. Okay. And then you raise to power. This one will now be raised to power 0. You start from the back, raise to power 1. And then this one will be raised to power 2. Okay. So if you do 2 times 2, 2 raised to power 2 is 4. 4 times 1 is what? Is 4. Okay. So that one is 4 plus 2 raised to power 1 is 2.
Your screen is frozen. Your screen
Who
is
is that?
frozen. We can't see you. Please, can't
My,
see you.
my screen is
I
frozen.
don't know.
Okay, let me just. Is it still frozen? Is it still frozen? Hello?
Yes,
Yes, it's
Hello,
still
can you hear me?
frozen. It's still,
Frozen.
yeah, we
Frozen.
can hear you.
yes,
It's actually frozen.
All right. Okay, let me just.
Sometimes it
yes.
moves, but it's not very clear.
Me, I have a question. How we got those zeros? The zeros we multiplied by 2 that we raised to power 2. Like those
I,
zeros,
I think
those
for
ones.
us not to get stuck here, you just need to check how to convert from binary to decimal. How we
Okay.
got the zeros, we've explained, and I said it's still. You don't know how we got these ones.
I know how we got those initial ones from the read,
Yes,
execute, and
so that's
write.
what we use now.
That's all we need.
That's
All
what
right,
we use.
that's fine.
You is this one that we are converting. We converted this one to decimal, and that's 6. We converted this one to decimal, and that's 0. We converted this one to decimal, and that's 5.
Okay, it was the
And
other lots of the ones beneath. That's the one that I got confused with. Like, how did we get those zeros and those
it's,
ones?
yeah, it's converting from binary to decimal. So it's not part of coding. This one is mathematics.
Okay,
So
fine.
this one is not coding. Okay.
Yeah.
So you just check how to convert it. I'm just explaining so that you understand. You don't need to be cramming, um, because if you cram it, you can mix it up. But if you know it, it is better because you
Very
be
true.
able to um, to to find the answer and then use it. Okay. So when you know that this one is 110, you can just convert it. So what I'm saying is now is if you give this particular um, this particular file 605, this code instead of 110000 showing it that it has read, write, and it cannot execute, instead of giving it these numbers, okay, you can use these numbers to represent it. Okay. And then when you give it these numbers, when it sees 6, the computer will know that computer will convert it back to binary, knowing that it is 110, and then it will give this one 1, which is read. It will give this place this other one write, which is 1, and then give this one 0. The computer would look at the second number you gave it, which is 605, which is 0, and 0 in binary is 000. It will turn this place to dash dash dash, and then 5 will be 101. It will turn this place to r dash x. Okay. So any question? Because we are still far behind, we need to. I'm not
Yes, I have a
expecting.
question. Please, can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. After the permission numbers, my question is the raise to powers. Let me use this 110 for instance. You said we
Yeah,
calculate it from the last digit, not from the first.
yeah,
So
yeah.
from the
From
last
that.
digit, using the 110, the last digit we said is raised to power 0. The
Yeah, no,
second digit
that is
said,
I'm using that is maths. Okay. I'm not using 110. I'm counting from zero upward. I can count from zero to. So we could have a binary number that is 1000011111 zero, sorry, 000, and we have to convert this binary number to decimal. Okay.
Yes, yes, I understand. My question is the raised to power that you are calculating. How did you come about raised to power one, raised to power two, raised to power? You said it's from
Yes,
the last
that's what
number
I'm.
you calculate.
Yeah, you start from the last number. Okay, so this one is raised to
Okay.
power zero, one,
Okay, the
two,
last one
three,
is always
4,
zero.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You are using decimal number to raise them now.
Okay, in
Your
other
normal
words, the
one,
last
two, three.
number is always zero. Even if it is
Yes,
one, binary number one, it will still be zero,
yes,
the last one.
yes. But
Okay.
there's more
Okay.
complex maths. It's not complex. It's still basic. Where you have a decimal that has 0.01 or sorry, 0.0111. Okay. So this one now, you will start from this one as you don't need it here. I'm just teaching you the maths. Okay. You don't need it in this. You won't be needing it. Okay. I'm just telling you. So for this one, if this one start
Okay.
from zero, okay, this one it will still start from 0 1. You won't start from this one. Okay, you have to start from the real number. While the after the dot, you now instead of starting from the back, you start from the front and say -1 for this zero. eh, For this zero, -1. This one
Please,
be
I can't see
-2.
your screen. Okay.
Hey, you can't see my screen.
Okay, I
Hello.
can see it now, but it's still frozen.
Yeah, because I
I can
wasn't
see it
doing
now, but it's
anything.
still frozen.
Is it still frozen?
Okay.
Okay, so this one will be -1, -2, -3, -4. So we don't need that now. So let me just edit clean it. So basically, just check how to convert binary to decimal. Once you check videos on that, you'll be able to solve all this. All those where how did you get zero? It will be explained there. Okay, so because we still have a lot to do, so I don't want us to waste time. This is just the well, but you need to understand it anyway in order to proceed. So, like I was saying, so do you understand? Do you have any questions? I mean,
Yes, we do. We want to understand this 605 now. How you arrive at the answer.
I've explained countless times. I said you are converting this 110 to decimal.
Yes, after the conversion, how do you arrive at the 6? How
Yes,
to
you
D,
calculate
convert
this
this
one?
one to decimal. Once you convert 110 to decimal, the answer is 6. Can,
D, D.
please,
If
can you
you
mute yourself?
you
Oh,
Let me mute it. Okay, good. Or is there anyone that can help me explain better? Is there someone else
okay,
that
okay.
wants that who
D, can you
probably
hear
has?
me?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you.
So the right equal to 4. Okay. The read is equal to 4, and the write is equal to 2, and execute is equal to
No,
1.
no, you don't need to know it that way. If you know it that way, you are going to mix things up very well. All you need to
Okay.
do, which I have done, is it's not like the read is equal to, the material ALS gave you is they didn't want to break it down, so they just gave you the raw answer, which I did before. Where is it? Control Z, Control Z. Oh, it's not there anymore. Okay, which I did before. So what I said is we have read, write, execute for user, read, write, execute for group, read, write, execute for others, right? So the first three, read, write, execute. Okay, once you have a number there, represent it with 1. A number there's a letter here, sorry, you represent it with 1. And if you see a dash, represent it with 0. Okay, and then this one we have dash dash dash, you represent it with 0 0 0. And then this one r dash x, it will be 1 0 1. Okay, so this is how they got it. They only
Please check the
replaced
chat. Check the chat. There's something I dropped there.
101.
Please continue with your explanation. We are understanding you. Just continue, please.
Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, r is 1, w is 1, dash is 0. This one is 0 0 0. Because there's a letter here, we are representing it with 1. And once we don't say anything, we represent it with 0. It's as simple as that. It is 10 numbers, okay? So all the 10 numbers, as you can see here in our command, all the 10 numbers, this one is r, it is 1. This one is w, it is 1. This one is f, it is 1. This one is r, it is 1. This one is dash, it is 0. So anywhere you see dash, you represent it with 0. Anywhere you see a character, you represent it with 1. That's all. Dash, as you can see, dash means 0 now. And then this one just represents it with 1. Simple. Do you get that? So after that, after representing it, we have 9 numbers in totals. If you see r, this one, they are 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. If you read it, they are 9. So you only have 9 character, which is 110001 in this case. Okay, so if you have everything to be rwx, and this one too is rwx, it means everything here will be 111 111 111. So if this one is missing and it is dash, where's my keyboard? Okay, it means this one too would be, that dash will be 0. It's as simple as that. So once you've gotten that one, you can now convert it in threes, because the first 3 is for owner, this one is for group, and then this one is for user, is for others, sorry. So this one, then you convert it to, it is 111, you convert it to decimal number, because we humans use decimal numbers. We cannot be using 111 222. It is easier for us to use 1 2 3 4 5 6 than using 0 1 1 1 1. Okay, so in decimal, 111 means 7 in decimal. In binary, 111 means it means 7 in binary. So in order to do that, let me just go to my Google, okay, and I said convert 111 to decimal, sorry, and I press enter. Okay, you see that the answer is 7. Or let's give it to chat GPT. I think I have it here. Okay, and I say it's going to give you how it is gotten. So I was explaining how it is gotten. So let's say it says, I say convert 111 binary to decimal. Okay, and I press enter. You see, so you see our answer is 7. Okay, and this is how it got it. It got it, and that is what I was doing. If you look at it, 111 is what I was explaining. We have the first one times 2, the second one times 2. Let me increase this. Okay. So we have the first one times 2, the second one times 2, and the third one times 2. And then the 2 raised to power 0, raised to power 1, raised to power 2. Okay? Wait, let's go. So 2 raised to power 2 is 4. 1 times, and then 2 raised to power 1 is 2. And then 2 raised to power 0 is 1. So they did the calculation. 1 times 4 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 1. So 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 1 is 1, and everything is 7. So that's basically what they did. They only converted this one to um, to decimal. So anything you have, you can convert yourself. You don't need to memorize uh, how dash x is 101 and it is 6 or something. You don't need to cram it. You just need to be able to write them out like this, which is simple. 101 for this one, right? And then this 101, you convert to decimal. 101 to decimal is what? So 101 from binary,
Right.
from binary to decimal. Enter. Okay.
Please, your screen is still frozen. Am I? Is it from my end?
Can
Is there anyone
anybody
else
see my
still
screen?
experiencing that?
Can anyone see my screen?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Can you
Yes,
guys
we
see my
can.
screen? Okay. And me, I can't even see my own screen. Anyway, okay. So let me. Okay, good. So as I was saying, all you need to do is just convert this number, which is 101, to decimal. That's all. If you can't calculate it, use Google. Convert 101 for me to decimal. And if you need to know how to, watch a YouTube video on how to convert binary to decimal. Okay, can we continue? Because this conversion, we actually spent a lot of time, but it's good for you to know it. So let me know if you still have any misunderstanding or you still don't understand.
Hello, D. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please mute
Okay.
your
Yes,
mic.
I think I actually understand all of the conversion and all that. But my question is, you know, you said where you have read, write, execute, right on the top of your screen, the read, write, execute. Then the next one you wrote write, read, execute, then write, read, execute. So I want to know why is it changing? Why is it that user is always write, read, execute, and like that? Or
Did you just
what's
join?
actually informing you? Yes.
Okay, that's why. Because we've explained everything from beginning. We are trying to take us back now. Okay, I'll just explain basically one more time and just go because it's going to waste our time. We've already passed through that. Okay.
Maybe
Uh,
if this is recorded, maybe they will go back and rewatch it again. Maybe we should move forward.
oh,
Then
okay.
I will go back
Let,
and rewatch them again and study it in our
no,
time.
no problem because the time is really going and we haven't taken start.
Please, good evening. Are we
Okay.
going to get
Please
maybe a
kindly mute
video of it
yourself if you're
so
not
that you can
talking.
move ahead?
Yes, I'm recording the video. Okay. So uh I think we should be able wait, even my command prompt is not working. Okay, so it has stopped working because of the disruption in the network. So I have to reconnect this guy. Okay, let me reconnect my command prompt. So you can use this method to connect your sandbox to your command prompt. Okay, so I'll just do that right now. So all you need to do is go to your sandbox and copy this SSH code. Just click on the SSH. It's
Please,
going to
I can't
copy
see
on
your
your screen.
screen.
Can any other person see my screen?
Yes.
Yes,
You
I
can see
can
my
Yes,
see
screen.
it.
I can see your screen. Yes.
Okay, so it's probably the person's network. So just copy the SSH and then go to your command prompt
But
and
it's
paste
still
it.
frozen. I don't.
Is it still frozen from everybody's end?
No.
Okay.
No,
So
That is
paste
no,
it,
no.
network that time.
paste it, and then press enter. It's going to ask you for your password. Okay. So just go back there. Like for me now, the web terminal is not working. It has stopped working since probably 2 days ago. Okay, as you can see. So um, all you need to do is just go to this password here and then click on it, and it's going to copy it, and then go back to your command prompt and paste it. Remember, when you are pasting it, it's not going to show it for security reasons. So I paste and then I press enter, and then once I press enter, you can see that route as if I'm logged in on my intranet. I said on my intranet, on my sandbox. Okay, so I can clear it and compute more. And please kindly mute yourself. Is there someone else? Mute the person. Okay, I've muted the person. So, uh, so that's it. So we have our command prompts now, and then let's do ls-l because that's what we are working on right now. So, um, as you can see, this is a link. It is pointing. So this bin is pointing to this user bin. It means it's pointing to this directory that is inside user. Okay, so this is a link and use that. And just for those that are just joining, I said this 3 is permission for owner of the file or directory. This 3 is permission for the. Please kindly mute yourself. Okay, William has a question. Go on, William.
Okay, sorry, please. Sorry for bringing you back. My question is, you said if we want to go into the command line, we should copy which code? You collected that code from the web terminal to know the code.
Yes, you collect it from the web terminal. And this is it, the SSH. Just click on SSH.
Okay.
You need to right copy. It's embedded inside.
Okay.
Okay, click on
Mm.
it, right copy. And then the password, click on this password, it's right copy. Okay, so just paste this code on your command prompt and then paste this one too on your command prompt, and then you'll be able to access your webcam from there. So any other thing, let's continue. So as I was saying, and then these 3 would you can also use this one, this SFTP as well, just the same way you use the SSH. Okay, so let us clear. Okay, let me go into my roots because I have those folders there. Okay, so I explained what symbolic link is and all this and everything. So you should be able to know all the data inside this thing now. You should be able to know what they are for. Like you should know that this is the directory name, this is the time of modification, this is the size, this is the group, the group owner, and then this is the own the group name. This is the owner's name, and then this is the read write execute for each of the group, the owners, and the others. So this is the read write execute for um, user or owner. This is the read write execute for group, and read write execute for others. So basically that's that, and let's continue. Okay, so back to shell permission. Okay, let me just increase the screen. This video would take up to 5 hours. I'm very sure the way it's going. Okay, so shell permission. So you should be able to know these commands. Okay, these commands, and then I will pick the commands one by one, and then we'll use them. Okay, so uh, change mode. I call this one change mode. It is ch mode. Okay, change mode. Okay, so for example, we have let me create a file, or let me go out of this place and create a directory for this work. Okay, so let me create a directory and call it shell permission. Okay, and let's go into shell permission. Okay, let me clear and ls. Okay, and then we don't have anything inside, so let me create some files. I'll call this one file 1, I'll call this one file 2, I'll call this one shell, I'll call this one permission. So I've created these files. Let me clear my screen. ls-l. Okay, so as you can see, okay, let me create a directory inside. So make directory shell 1, shell 2, permit, and shell. Okay, let me clear. Okay, so as you can see, all this dash indicates that they are files, and this D indicates that it is a directory. Okay, so we have how many directory? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 directories, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 files. Okay, so as you can see, the colors are also different. Let me increase it a bit more. Okay, so that's that. So if you look at it, the owner of this particular file 1 is root, and then the group that has the right to it is root as well, while others is not indicated. So these are the permission. The permission for the owner. So me, as I am the owner right now, I'm logged in as the root, right? Okay, so I'm the owner, and then wait, I think there's one command too. Not here. Check owner. Let me try that. Yes. So if I do this, who am I? Who am I will tell me what am who is the user. Okay, so it's telling me that I'm the root now, which is this root. Okay, so I am root. Because I am root, I have permission to read this file, to read what is inside this file 1, and I have permission to write inside this file 1, but I cannot execute this file 1. Okay, so if I try to execute this file 1 now, to execute a file, you do /, abi, and then file 1. I'm trying to execute it because I am root. So we've done this who am I who am I will just print who you are, right? So if I try to execute, if you can see that I don't have right to execute this file, and I want to execute it. If I press enter now, it says what? Permission denied, because I don't have that permission to execute the file. Okay, so if I'm logged in as the what's it called, the group, I won't be able to execute it. I won't even be able to see what is inside, if there's something inside. Oh, I won't be able to write, sorry, but I'll be able to read only. Okay, and as if I'm logged in as others, I won't be able to write and execute as well, but I'll be able to read. Okay, so I'm the root right now. I can't execute, as you can see. Okay, so for me to be able to execute this file, okay, so let me put something inside, because ls-l file 1 now, we're working on file 1, because I can execute file 1, I can write into file 1 rather. So let me write something. Let me use vi to write inside file 1, vi file 1, okay, and enter. Let me use a bash script so that we'll be able to, to be able to run something. Shebang bash. So we explained all these ones yesterday, but unfortunately, the video is only the audio that was recorded. So I'll just create a separate video for this to explain. Let me do PWD. Okay. So I have written into this file now. Okay. If I cut file 1, you see that I have something inside. Okay. Clear. ls-l. Okay, so now I still don't have permission to execute it. If I try to execute file 1, okay, file 1, it will say permission denied, and I want to execute it. I'm the owner of this file. I want to execute it. Okay, so I want to give this owner the permission to execute. So for you to be able to give permission to execute, you have to be in this super user. This hash means super user. Okay, you have to be a super user. So this ALX automatically makes you a super user, but we'll go into super user later. Don't confuse yourself. But for now, just know that we want to add X to this place so that the owner would be able to execute file 1, because we try to execute it now, it's not working because we cannot, we don't have that permission. So we want to give that owner, only the owner, the permission to execute it. If you want to do it, then we use that command, change mode, ch mode. Okay, we are changing the mode, we are changing this permission mode, and we are saying we have U is for the user, that's the owner. G is for group, okay? And O is for others, okay? So I can give all of them UGO. I can give all of them X. Just, I'm adding X to all of them. And for which file? For file 1. Okay, so I'm adding X to the user, adding X to the group, adding X to others. If I press enter, that should work. If I clear it and release it, you see that file 1 has changed. This one has X, this one has X, and this one has X. So it is now an executable. And like I said executable programs are just like you want to run that application, like it's an application. See it as an application that you want to run. You want to see what it will do. So if I now try to run it, okay, and I press enter, you see that it has done its work. It's working now. And what it did is it prints the working directory because I imputed PWD inside. And then it's telling me that I'm inside the directory shell permission, which is this here, over here. So it's telling me I'm in shell permission, which is what I am in currently, which means I executed it. So I added X to this. If I want to remove, I only want to be the only one to execute it. Whereby if the others log in and they try to execute it, it will not work. So what I will do is I will try and remove this X from from group and others. Okay. So what I will do is I will say change the mode, group and others, GO, minus that X from it for file 1. Okay. I press enter and then let me clear my screen and relist it. If you look at it, you see it's still executable because the user can still execute it, but others, X has disappeared and X has disappeared for group as well. So X has disappeared for others, X has disappeared for group. So do you understand what I've done so far?
Yes,
Yes.
somehow.
Somehow, if you have challenges, let me know.
Yes, I understand
It has to
somehow.
be yes or no. There's no somehow. Okay, so
I understand.
why this meeting is ending in 10 minutes again? What the fuck? Okay. So that's basically it. So change mode. So I can add okay uh, W to this particular person. Let me remove it. I won't be able to write into it. Okay. Let me remove my permission to write and then give others permission to write and this user permission to write. So I will say change the mode. The user should not be able to write. To write. Have minus W, right? I can put comma and say um, group and others should be able to write. Should be able to write for file 1. Okay, so I'm saying the user remove W and group and others add W to it, and I press enter. So let me clear it. Sorry, clear ls-l. You see now that my W has disappeared, but the group now has W and others has W. So I can still read the content of this file. If I do less file 1, that one will even read, right? I can read it. It's showing that I have bin bash and pwd. I can also do cat file 1. It will still work. But let me try vi file 1 because I've not even tried this before. It actually worked. But let me try and write into it. It's actually writing. I think because I'm a super user anyway. But normally, I'm not supposed to be able to write inside this file. Okay. I'm not supposed to be able to write because I've removed my access to write into it. But I think it's because of this super user. If I'm not, I won't have been able to write. So I won't be able to write inside. It is only orders and group that will be able to write. I've removed that permission for me to write. Okay, so let me add that permission back. So who can help me with command to add permission for the owner to be able to write? Yes, you can talk. You can talk, William.
Okay, I want to try. The permission will be for the user,
Yeah.
change mode,
Okay. CH mode.
space,
Yes.
U
Yes.
plus
Yes.
W,
Yes.
enter. don't
No.
know. I don't know if I
You've
will
done it.
File one. File one.
Yes. You are doing it for file one because it doesn't know
Oh,
which one you want to
No.
change. Please kindly mute yourself.
No.
It doesn't know which one you want to change it for. You've already gotten it, but you have to specify which particular file you are doing this for. And then when you press enter and then you
okay,
clear
okay.
and then ls-l, you see that it has a W now. So if I want to give, so uh, the
Will you
number,
be sending another link?
yes, I'll be sending another link.
The class will soon end.
You said? Okay, so the number that we did here now, we want to use this number instead. Okay, so normally we can use okay, let's do it this way. Uh, root right dash root right. Okay, so this one is exactly what we have here, right? So it is 111 110 and what 110. What is 110 in um in decimal? That should be 6, right? Am I correct? Anyway, you'll find that out later. So I think that should be 6, right? So we want to use this 766. Once we say 7, it means we are doing 111. 6 is 110, and for file 2 now. Okay, so we want to make file 1, want to give it the same thing for file 2. What file 1 as file 2 to have it? I can use change mode and then I'll say 766, telling it that that 7 means this place should be R W X because
X.
it is 111. 6 is 110, right? This place
110.
should be R W and then space, and then 6 again should be R W space. Do you understand? Then I'll give it for file 2 and then press enter. Okay, so when I released it, ls-l, you'll see that file 2 now has everything that file 1 has. We use this number to change it. Did you get this? Did you get it?
Please, can you run it like a recap?
Okay.
Yes,
I
please
got
go
lost.
over that again. I got lost completely there.
Thank you. Me too.
It appeared magical.
How did you now do your task? Or you haven't done it?
No, I've not done my test.
Okay. Anyway.
Don't mind either. I kept getting stuck.
Okay. So what I said is, you got how we were changing the RWX for this using the adding X to a user, adding X to the group, adding X to the owner, the others, right? Change mode,
Yes.
the user plus X, Y, like that, right? Plus X plus
Yes.
R plus W. You got that one, right?
Yes.
Okay. So instead of we know
Didn't get
that
that one. That one.
okay,
Sorry, I didn't get that one. This one where we're
okay.
adding X and the rest.
Please
Like I
kindly
got
mute
lost.
yourself. You said
I didn't get that one. You said if we got where we're adding R, X, and the rest. I didn't get that either. Like I
I
got
said
lost.
you get where we were doing CH mode U plus X and then file 1. We are adding X to the user, right? Or okay, are you trying to say you didn't understand how we got this?
I didn't understand why we're adding W x. Like I don't understand from this first line where we have phi 1, phi 2. I don't understand why we have to add what we're trying
Does
to do.
any other person understand?
I do.
Okay, can you please explain to her? Can you?
Mm. I think in a nutshell, is trying to explain that for file one, for the user to be able to read, write, and execute, that is why you are changing mode. I think initially the user was not able to execute that file one file. So we now added use that we changed the mode from for users, that's u plus x, so that the user will be able to execute that particular file one. Then in front of it, we put file one, then we enter. That is when you will now see that RWX for the user to be. That means the user is now able to execute file one. I don't know whether she gets it that way. Or am I correct?
Okay. Omo Ukon, Omo Ukon.
Yes,
Did
I
you
got
get?
that with what she explained. If she's correct, I
Okay.
got that.
So so the call is about to end. So are you sending us the new link?
Yeah, I'll send
Sorry.
a new link. I'll share my screen now. All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just paste it on the normal. Okay. So, so as I was explaining, I think we are done with that. So I was explaining the number method, and yes. So let me just allow people join because people are coming in. Okay, good. So back to where we are. So who was asking question? The person is right. So does everybody here understand this type of adding X to a particular file, the user. Does anyone use okay? Please kindly mute yourself if you're not talking. Antonio, you have a question. Go ahead.
Please, the part I don't understand is making the group and others to be able to execute a particular file and exempting the user. I don't understand the calculation you did there.
Yeah, it's basically simple. It's not a calculation. Okay. Okay. For example, now we everybody has rights for file one, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to remove the the rights that the user has for file one. Okay.
Okay.
So all I would do is I'll say the user minus rights permission for file one.
Okay. Okay.
So if I do this and I clear and release, you see that file one cannot write again. The user or the owner cannot write again.
I
The
see
right
that
is
now. Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
I can do it this way and say after that comma, sorry, add comma to this and say who else? Let's see.
Group.
Read write execute. So let's say the order should be able to execute. So I'll just say orders O should be able to execute. Okay.
Okay.
And then I press enter. If I should release it, you see that orders has the executing right now.
Okay.
So I was using the number version. Okay. So I said, for example, we have read write execute is 111. So instead of saying change mode, okay, let's say I want to do for this file permission, I want it to look like this, or let's use this shell file, or let me create a file called file 3. Sorry. Touch file 3. Okay. Okay. ls-l. Okay. So we have file 3 here. We want file 3 to look like this. So I want to say change mode, and I want file 3 to look like this, right? So I'll say this place is 1, 1, 1, right? So I'll say 1, 1, 1, right? Space. This place is 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 0, space. This place is 1, 1, 0 as well. 1, 1, 0 for file 3. I want file 3 to be able to have read, write, execute. Read, write, and it should not be able to execute for others, and read, write, and it should not be able to execute for others. The user should be able to execute. Group should be able to do everything except execute, and then others should be able to do everything except execute. So this is what I've done. So instead of using this 111, I converted all these 3 numbers to decimal. And what is 111 in decimal? It is 7. So you replace this 111 with 7. This 110 is 6. You replace it with 6, but you not put space this time around. 6. And then this 110 is what? Is 6 as well. So I'll replace it with 6. So if I do this for file 3, I'm just doing all those 111, 110 exactly. So if I do enter and I release it, You see that my file 3 now is now having 111, 110, 110. So do you understand? I don't know if that method will still help as well.
I understand.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so kindly mute yourself. I muted the person.
Okay, please. It doesn't mean that if you want both the user group and others to be able to read, write, and execute, all will go with 111, 111, 111, then cycle it.
I didn't get that question.
Now, I mean, if I want to use be able to
Wait,
read,
wait. Who's
write,
making that
or
question?
to execute cycle it, it simply means that I will replace all of them with 111, 111, like all of them 111, in three places, then cycle it.
Wait, did you just
Like
join?
I want, yes, 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 yes.
Like
Okay.
Like,
777.
Yeah,
this
I've
is what I mean.
explained that. Yeah.
Seven,
When you
seven,
have
like 777.
Mm.
yes, if you want everything to have RWS, 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 it will be 777.
All right, I get it.
Yes.
Okay,
We've already explained how that one is possible. When the video is shared,
right.
yes. Okay, so that's it. Let me even try that 111 and see if it works. Okay, let's see. Do we still have that? Okay. So I'm
We
trying
can't
to
hear
work.
you well. There is some noises.
Yes, Anna, please kindly mute yourself. Okay, thank you. So let's say let me try this 111. I've not tried it before. So 111, 111, 111. So we have 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For file 3, right? So let's enter.
Is it?
Okay, it's
Are
invalid.
you going to space? Oh,
It's not working. Okay, wait. Yes, it's not working. So
are you not going to space?
There should be space. There should be space.
no, there won't be
Yeah,
space.
really?
Won't be space. If we can't use it, I'm just trying it. I'm just trying it. It's supposed to be 777. If I do
Okay.
777, you convert it. I was just trying this 111. It's not supposed to. So if we do 777, it will work. And then for file 3, everything will have all the rights. If I clear it and list it, please kindly mute yourself if you are not talking. And we list it. You see that file 3 has everything. Please kindly mute yourself if you're not talking. Thank you. So if you look at file 3, you have uh, every permission because we gave it 777. If I say change mode, file 3 should be 000. Um, yes, 000. It means I'm removing all permission for file 3. Okay, and I press enter and I release the content. You see that file 3 has dash 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 because 0 in binary is 000 as well. Okay, so if I say file 3 should have uh, 007. So I'm giving the last, that's others, all the permission, and the rest I'm not giving them any permission. So if I press enter and then ls-l, you see that file 3 I've given this one all the permission, and then others I don't give them any permission. And then this dash means it's a file. Okay.
Hello. So if
Yeah.
the same thing that you did here, the 007, if you want to use the other method, it will be O
So
plus
if you are,
RWX, right?
you said
If you are using the other method, it will be O plus RWX.
O plus R RWX. No. Yes, you can do this. Read, write, execute. Yes. So it will be if you are giving everybody, it will be you are giving the user, the group, and the owner. So let's change mode.
Okay, I was talking about just the others, not the user and the
Yeah,
group.
yes. It will be O plus RWS. Yes, exactly.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
all right, thank you.
So let's
So it's the
actually
same
try
as
that.
the
Or
zero zero 7.
let's remove it. Let's remove that RWX.
Okay,
So it's O minus for file 3.
great.
I press enter and then it has worked. I do ls-l. You see file 3, everything has happened.
Okay,
Right?
okay, right. Yeah,
Yeah. So if you do plus as well, it will work. Okay.
okay,
So
thank you.
yes. So that's basically everything so far that you would need to understand. It's just understanding that part and then implementing it in all the tasks they've given you. Okay. So let's go through the task and then let's try and implement what we've done. So is that fine?
Please, I have one more question.
Okay.
We didn't see the how to switch between users. I don't
Yeah,
know how
okay,
to do that.
yeah. We haven't gone through all the commands. Thank you. Let's go through them. Let's go
I also have a
through them. So
question. I just got to join now. I did not know what you guys did in the last 10 minutes.
okay,
Last I knew was
you just once
where
we upload the video, just
adding
watch it.
rights to the users.
You will understand it. Once we upload it, because we don't want to. My battery is getting low, and we still have a lot to cover. So once I upload it, just check the video again. You get it. Okay. So as we go on, I'll also explain if I can. So let's just go through the. We've done this change mode um, command. So let's try this sudo. So sudo majorly is to give you a right. Like I was saying, um, if we go to our terminal, we have this hash, right? My battery is low. Even my phone's battery is low. Let me try and see if I can plug it to my power bank. Hold on. My phone battery is low, okay, it's charging now. So like I was saying, the sudo command would help you. This is a super user. There's also another. If you are connected to Vagrant, you notice that it always ends with a dollar sign. Okay, so the dollar sign is showing that you are not a super user. Super user is um, is as if you have all the exclusive right to do everything. Like you can delete everything. You is like the master, okay, and then you have a worker. So this one is just see it as a worker and see this as the master that can do all the command. So if this worker is trying to execute a command that is meant for the master to do, this one will have to ask for permission. Okay, so that permission is what we call that sudo. Okay, so sudo is making that dollar sign to act temporarily. So there's the dollar sign. Is to make this dollar sign to act temporarily as this super user. So sudo is making you act temporarily as super user. Let me just quickly Google what sudo means and then you see it. Sudo in Linux. Okay. Sudo super user do. Okay. Command in Linux is generally okay. Let me increase. Sorry, back. Or let's use ChatGPT. say explain what the pseudo is used for in a sentence. Oh, explain. My explain is not pseudo command. Are you guys still with me?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay, in Linux. Okay, and enter. Okay, the sudo command is used to execute a command with elevated privileges, or as a super user. You are executing a command as a super user because it has given you an elevated privilege. It has elevated your privilege, allowing a user, so it's allowing that normal user to perform administrative tasks that will require root permission. So this hashtag, you are already on your root permission, so you can do and undo. But if you are on that X, that other dollar sign, you are not acting as your root. Okay, so you can act temporarily as your root. Maybe you need to quickly do something and you don't want to go to root. Okay, you use this sudo to do that thing. So if you do sudo and then any command you do, let's say sudo remove something, okay, let's say, but I'm already a super user, so I can't use it. I would have loved it if I was using vagrants to explain. It would have been nice. So let me just try it and see if it will work. But I'm already a super user, so if I say remove file 3, it actually works. Okay, so file 3 is already gone. Okay, so yeah, it's making you act as a what's it called, a super user temporarily. Okay, so if that file is something that only the administrative can remove, okay, and this is the dollar sign, I'm not acting as a root, and I just do remove file till it will not work, I have to add this sudo. So over time you get to some point where your terminal will tell you that you should use sudo in case instead. And in that aspect, probably if you are using Vagrant very well, it's tell you to use sudo for some commands, and then you it's just telling you that you should act as the super user temporarily for that particular command. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So we've done change mode, which is ch mode. Some people call it chi mode. So please kindly mute yourself if you're just joining. And so this SU, yeah, is someone, does someone has a question? Okay, good. So this SU now, SU is super user itself, and SU is different from sudo, though they look similar. SU, on the other hand, is to switch user. As you can see, SU, switch, and then user. Okay, so let's say, what is SU in a what is SU command in Linux in a sentence? Okay, so you say SU command in Linux is used to switch to a different user account, typically super user root, by entering the password associated with the account. Okay, so I should have just used Vagrant because I wouldn't be able to perform this. ALX shell terminal is limiting me to do so many stuff. So SU actually, if I do who am I, if you tell me that I'm the root, so if there's another account aside this root, okay, I can switch to that account just like I did here, where I opened my computer and then I showed you all the users I have. Why is this thing not opening now? Okay, so if you look at this, okay, yeah, so these are other users I have. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So if I want to switch to this place using my terminal, I will use the su command. That's switch user. Switch user to home, for example. He said that user does not exist. Okay, so that's so switch user to I don't know if there's any other user. If on that my on Vagrant, I'll be able to actually do this. But if there's a user that exists as home, all you need to do is just all you need to do is enter that password. Okay, enter the password because when if you want to log into my system now, my account has password. This particular user will have his own password. This particular user too will have a particular password. So it will tell you to enter the password, and once you enter it, it will log in into that person's account. Then you'll be able to see the person's file. And then to get out of that temporary account that you went to, you just click on exit, okay? And then it will take you out and bring you back to the root, okay? It will switch you back to the root. So that's basically what SU is all about. So do you have any questions so far on SU and sudo? Maybe it's still you're mixing it up. Okay, no for now. Okay. So ch own, that's change ownership. Okay, change ownership. So this one is quite simple. I'll do it with change group. So change ownership and change group. So let's do that. So let me clear my screen. ls-l. As we all know that this is the owner of this particular file, and this is the group, right? So for example, you know that I wanted to switch user to home the other time, and it said home does not exist. But let's say home exists, and I want to give this file, to home, and the group to probably home as well. Or probably I have another user called house, okay, or shoe. I have another user called shoe. So I can give the group permission to shoe and give the owner to what's it called, to this particular file, okay, to home. Okay, so what I'll do is change the owner to root to home of file 1. So because I don't have a user called home, it says invalid user. But if I add user called home, where is it? Yes, if I have a user called home, it will change it, and if I released it, it will change this place to home, because that's the name, and it will change the owner of the account to home. Okay, so I can also do change the group. I think GRP, right? CHGRP. I think so. Let me just reconfirm. Yes, good. So I could do CHGRP and give the person that owns it. Probably there's another account, like on my system, there's one account called Purity Properties. Okay, and I said give the group to Purity Properties. I'll just change the group to Purity Properties and file 1. But because I don't have Purity Properties, it's telling me that I don't have a group called Purity Properties. But if I had, it would have just changed it, and if I released it, the names of these would change. The name for this last one, the name of the group will change. So do you understand this?
Yes.
Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions so far? Your network is bad. checking. Okay, understood. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, so let's continue. So we have ID. ID is as simple as ABC. And groups, let's do this ID and groups. Okay, ID and groups. So if I just say ID, it will give me the ID number of this person and this person. Okay, so ID is just, so it's saying that the user ID is 0 and the group ID is 0. Group's ID is 0 as well. So it will just print the ID of the particular of all these people. Okay, so it's 0. That's what ALX set their stuff to be. And then groups, okay, groups will tell you the name of the group. You know, we did who am I, will give you the name of the user, and then if you want to know the name of the group that you are currently in, okay, you do groups. Okay, so I think so far is it, yeah. So who am I is root, groups is root. That's why we have root. Okay, so we could have different names, but so far for this particular terminal and this particular file, the groups is root, the user, which is you, who am I, that's why we use this who am I, okay, is root. So do you understand this part?
Yes.
Okay, so now I think we'll be able to work now, because we can now add user. Okay, add user is more powerful than user add though, but I'll explain. So we can add that user that we were trying to switch to and it wasn't working. So I don't know if we'll be able to do it here, but add user. So let us add a user, and we can add group as well. Okay, so let us clear. So add user, and let's call the user. Is there someone's name I can use here? Smart. A user called Smart. It has added user. You see, it's asking me for password, because if I want to switch to user, I would need to enter password. So the password, let me use 1234. Enter. We type the password 1234. Enter. Full name Smart. Enter. Room number 1. Enter. Work number 1. Enter. Phone number 1. Enter. Order number 1. Enter. It's okay now. What? Is this correct information? Yes. Okay, let's clear our screen. Let me see who am I. I'm still the root. So let us switch user. Abi? Switch user to Smart. Right? So I'm already in Smart. Can you see? It didn't even ask me for password. But normally it can ask me for password. I'll press 1. I'll switch the user to 1. So if I ls and let me see, ls-l, it's telling me that all this file doesn't belong to Smart. It belongs to root. Okay. So let's give this file 1 that to Smart. Okay. So we say change the owner to Smart for file 1. Enter. Let's see what it says. Or let me just clear the screen and do that. Change owner to Smart file 1. It said change the ownership of file 1. Operation not permitted. Because can you see I'm not in super user anymore. So to perform this task as the super user, what am I going to do? I'll add sudo. I thought someone would
Sudo.
Yes. And then enter. It's asking for Smart password 1234. Enter. Smart is not in the sudoers file. This incident will be reported. You want to report me to ALX? Okay, oh, please, so ALX dash L. I'm just looking. I don't know. So it didn't work because I don't know. I'm using ALX terminal, so I don't know what they've done on the back end. So it should have worked and it should have been able to switch. Okay. So thank God I'm able to switch to this stuff. So if I want to exit out of this smart, I'll just press exit and enter. You see, I'm back to my roots. Okay. So I can walk back and the root has H.
Okay. Please sorry, why is smart carrying dollar sign? Right. So please can you just come on like the
You said, why do I have dollar sign?
yeah, smart when you switch the user to smart.
When I switch to
Or
users,
like yeah.
okay,
Or like when it is
because the root is like the owner of the files inside, so is the super user. So there's super user and there's other user. So we've switched to, and this root is the super, like the main user. So we have a temporary user, okay, using your system, someone that is borrowing your system to do some task, okay. So that person, you will not give the person the exclusive right to do something. So if the person now wants to do some exclusive things, the person has to add sudo to those commands. Okay. So that's why we added sudo to this to act as the person is now acting as the super user. Okay. So that's just the
okay.
small.
So okay, since the person is not acting as super user, like any other person that is maybe being permitted to like this dollar sign is used to denote such person. Am I right?
Any other person that what?
Like you switch to smart, the dollar sign came in and replaced the hash tag, the hash
I don't know.
symbol.
Okay. Does anybody hears what he said? Probably someone can just read. Does anybody hears what Joshua said?
Let him recap. Let him say it.
Okay, we'll say what he said. Hmm. Joshua, you can talk again. I can't. I didn't hear you. For all
Okay,
time.
okay, like yes, like from your explanation, which I really appreciate. You said the hash tag here. You know, when you switch from root to smart, I noticed that the shell permission that follows the hash tag here that is attached to shell permission change to dollar sign when you switch
Yes.
the user to smart. Then you
Yes.
explain that the hash tag here stands for super user and
Yeah.
the dollar sign. Yes, I was asking now, any
Okay, it's
other
like
person
other
that
user.
yes, other user. So any other person, maybe third party, second party that is being permitted to maybe gain access to files and other stuff is denoted by dollar sign. Should I see it that way? That was just the question.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so so let's continue, and I hope this meeting is not ending soon. Okay, so we've treated that, and let's see which other one. Add users. So let's try add group as well. Where is it? Where is it? So we can switch to smart again. Yeah, in smart. Let's clear. So let's add a group in smart. Add group. Is it GRP or a full group? Let me see. Group, a full group. Okay. Add group. And let's call that group to smart man. Okay. Only root may add a user or group to the system. Okay. So let us act like the root by using the sudo See, it's asking for password. It worked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Enter. Smart is not in the. This incident will be. I don't know why. Uh, in the next class, I'll make sure we are using the grant because this is decline. There's someone trying to call me. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Why is this person calling? Decline. All right. So basically that's that. So it remains this user add, right? So user add is more of adding user, but it's different. Where's that chat? Let's okay.
So, sorry, please, can I ask a question? I just want to be clear about something.
Okay.
Forgive me for asking
No
such a
problem.
question. I'm so sorry.
No. The question
I
is yeah.
noticed, yeah, I noticed when you are doing your listing, you are actually doing the long format. So, I, sorry, I don't know. Is why LA dash L in long format, and then
Yes, because
what
we are doing shell permission, and then shell permission involves us understanding that long format because long format will give us much more details about that file. Okay, and this all this read, write, execute, blah 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 is the permission given to the user, permission given to the group and others. So for us to see all those permissions and to work with it, I have to list them in long format. So that's why I've been doing the listing in long format so far.
clear? I really appreciate.
So,
Thank you.
alright. So now we are in other user, which is we are in smart as a user now, and that's why we're having $sign. So we are just left with one more stuff, which is add user. So I want to let ChatGPT differentiate what is the difference. I hope I'm okay between uh, user add and add user in Linux. Do that in a sentence because I don't want to be reading too much. So, okay, good. We go up, come down. So in Linux, user add is a command used to create a new user account with default settings. So this is what we've done, right? While add no is add user we did. Add user is a command that interactively prompts the administrator to provide additional information and customize the user account during it. What's this? What's this guy telling me? Let's do what is user add command in Linux used for okay, so let's try this. So the user add command is used to create a new user account with default settings, such as creating a new user directory and setting the user's default shell. So what is now add user? Because we don't use add user. What is add? I want a better, easier way to differentiate both because they actually do almost the same thing. But I know that add user is stronger than user add. So I wanted to see why. What is add user command used for Linux implementation? Okay, so let me go So he said the add user command is a user account management tool that provide an interactive interface for creating and configuring user accounts. It prompts the administrator to enter various details like username, password, full name. Okay. So as you can see, when we were doing the add user, okay, add user collected all these details from us. Where is it? It prompts the administrator to enter various username, password, full name, and additional user information, making it easier to customize the user account during its creation. So it creates. So let's see the other one. While user add is used to create a new user account with default settings, such as creating a new user directory and setting and user default shell. So let us use that um, user add to create more. So let us exit from this so that we can go to the roots and then user add and user add don't start. Sorry. Joshua, are you okay, Joshua?
Yes, yes, mhm.
Okay. So user add Joshua. You said that it didn't prompt us to add all those things that add user is telling us to add. So user add basically is creating another user, but it's using the default stuff of this root to create it. So it's not creating like a separate full user account. So let me try and change. Let's list a particular file. Clear. Okay, so let us change the mode of to no change not change mode change owner of a particular file 1 to Joshua.
I guess it will work.
So it says it has worked. So let us list it. Can you see? Can you see that it is Joshua now?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yes. So let's see. Go down. Let me clear the screen. Okay. So let us change the group. Oh, okay. Let me list it first. So let us change the group. So we've created like a user inside this root. Okay, that's what really happened. We created like another user inside this root, but the other add user is creating another user entirely. So that other add user is creating another one. That's smart. When we did it, it's created it and then we're logged in into smart. But user add is just creating another user here and then we could give those users the permission to do all these things. And then we could say change the group of file 2 to Joshua. Joshua file 2, enter. And then when we do ls-l, we should have this one as Joshua, right? So basically that's it. So now that we understand all, which I'm sure you do, we could work with everything, right? So let's go into the task and we should be done.